Picking a theme is one of the joys and frustrations of working with WordPress. There are thousands and thousands of themes available, and you can usually find something that gets pretty close to what you want if you just look hard enough. Looking for a parent theme for your child theme is no different. Themes can roughly be put into two buckets: free themes and premium or paid themes. Both have advantages and disadvantages. When you're looking for a parent theme, there are also some extra considerations to keep in mind. Now, before I go into them, let's take a look at where you can find themes themselves. Of course, you can go on Google and just search for WordPress themes, but in general, you have a tendency of finding some really crappy ones, or even worse, you find ones that have malicious code in them. So if you're looking for a free theme, I strongly urge you to only go to the themes that are in the free themes directory under WordPress.org. These themes are vetted, and you know that they're going to work properly. You can find that by going to WordPress.org and click Extend and Themes. The URL is simply wordpress.org/extend/themes. If you don't want a free theme or you want something with more advanced options, you can get a premium theme. There are many different places where you can get premium themes, and here's 4 of them. You have Themify.me, which is the site by Nick Law, which is one of the best designers I know of. You have Woo Themes, which is very well established in the trade and has been doing this for a long time. You have Studio Press, same thing, they're very well established, they do some really cool themes. And finally you have Theme Forest, which is also one of those well established ones. Like I said, there are other options and these are just 4 of them. These are very well established and they do very good work. If we put free and premium themes side by side, there are some important considerations to keep in mind. If you get a free theme, you have to remember that they are not always regularly upgraded. That's simply because they are designed and developed by people like me who just do it for fun. So I have no vested interest in keeping it up to date. Of course, that isn't always the case. Some free themes are very well upgraded, like the 2010 theme, but others are not. Another consideration is that a lot of themes don't have compliant code. By that I mean it might not be properly standards-based, it might not follow web standards, or it might not follow WordPress standards. If you go to the WordPress theme directory, all the themes within there will actually follow WordPress standards, but they might not follow web standards anyway. So you never know exactly what you're going to get, and you have to do some proper testing. Free themes are also usually very sparse on features. Now there are exceptions. The 2010 theme is a good exception. It has everything you can actually do inside WordPress already built in, but a lot of free themes are very basic. Often that's intentional because they are supposed to be a starting ground for something bigger, but you won't get all that really nice bling when you get a free theme. And finally, free themes are not future-proof. This has a lot to do with this not regularly upgraded thing. If you get a free theme, you have to make sure that it's a new theme, not a really old one, because there are really old themes available that were developed maybe 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 years ago that have never been updated, and they are not future-proof in any way. When we look at premium themes in comparison, one thing that's really good about them is that they are regularly upgraded. If you buy one, you're pretty much guaranteed that as WordPress rolls out new features or as new web standards become available, they are upgraded. Sometimes you have to pay an extra license to upgrade them, but at least you know that you'll always stay on top of the latest technology. Another thing about premium themes is that although they are almost always completely compliant with both WordPress code and web standards, they often also contain some proprietary code. What they do is, instead of using, for instance, the basic WordPress menu function, they build their own menu function that's more advanced. The problem with that is that if you decide to go away from that premium theme, you might lose your menu in the process. The biggest reason why people get premium themes is that because they are always rich on features and they have really great design. And this is really what you're paying for. You're paying for the great design, the premium features, and all the bling that comes with it. The problem is, a lot of this stuff is usually just design related, so if you're a good designer, you might be wasting your money. And finally, with some premium themes, if you want to build a child theme, you actually have to pay an extra license. That's not always the case, and in some cases, building a child theme is actually cheaper than buying the full theme. But you have to make sure to read the license agreement for your premium theme to make sure you can build a child theme and that you're buying the right thing. So I highly recommend that you actually read everything it says on the website before you consider buying something, and that you maybe consider building a child theme off a free theme first and then move to a premium theme if you're missing some key features. When it comes to picking a parent theme, I have 4 main takeaways for you. Number 1 is you have to make sure that you're using the latest version of the parent theme. It would be kind of silly if you built an entire child theme and then discovered afterwards that a newer version of the parent theme had a function in it that you built in manually. The second one is to make sure that your parent theme has a good maintenance schedule. That way you'll know that when WordPress rolls out new features, those features will be included in the parent theme and you don't have to build them in manually. Third, if you're using a premium theme, you have to make sure that the premium theme allows you to make a child theme. Some premium themes actually charge an extra license for building child themes, and you have to make sure that if that's the case, you have to buy that license. Fourth, and most important, you're probably better off using 2010 as your parent theme. 2010 is the stock theme of WordPress. It contains all the main features of WordPress and has all the bells and whistles. So when you use that as your base, you know that you have access to everything WordPress can currently do, and you just build on top of that instead. 2010 is the best option in my opinion, and that's what we're going to be using throughout the rest of this course.